10 Habits that quietly destroy your life. Stoicism. Nobody's life falls apart in one dramatic moment. That's not how it works. It's the small things. The tiny habits you repeat every single day without even noticing them. They seem harmless. They feel normal. But stack them up over months and years, and they will quietly dismantle everything you could have become. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Seneca warned that we don't lose our lives all at once. We lose them drop by drop, in moments we throw away without thinking. So here are 10 habits that are quietly destroying your life right now. And more importantly, here is how the Stoics would tell you to break them. Habit number 1. Complaining as a reflex. Notice how often you complain without even deciding to. The weather. Traffic. Your boss. Your back. It feels like venting, but it's actually training. Every complaint teaches your mind that you are a victim of circumstances, that life is happening to you instead of through you. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire through plague and war, and in his private journal he reminded himself to stop complaining about his lot, because complaint changes nothing and corrodes the one thing he actually controlled, his own mind. Try this. For one full day, refuse to voice a single complaint. When something goes wrong, ask one question instead. What can I do about this? If the answer is something, do it. If the answer is nothing, let it go. That single shift rebuilds your entire relationship with reality. Habit number 2. Postponing everything important. You tell yourself you'll start Monday. Next month. When things calm down. But things never calm down, and Monday never arrives carrying the courage you were waiting for. Seneca wrote an entire essay on this, on the shortness of life, and his argument cuts deep. Life is long enough, he said, if you actually use it. The problem is not that we have too little time. The problem is that we waste so much of it preparing to live instead of living. Every time you say later, you are gambling with a currency you cannot count. You do not know how much time is in your account. So ask yourself right now. What is the one important thing you keep postponing? Start it today. Even badly. Especially badly. Habit number 3. Consuming instead of creating. Hours of scrolling. Endless videos. Other people's opinions, other people's highlight reels, other people's lives. Consuming feels like activity, but it's actually anesthesia. You end the day full of content and empty of accomplishment. Epictetus drew a hard line here. He said, don't just explain philosophy, embody it. Don't talk about what a person should be. Be one. The Stoics judged a life by its output, not its intake. By what you built, wrote, repaired, taught, and gave. Here's the counter practice. Before you consume anything in the morning, create something first. One paragraph. One sketch. One difficult email. One honest conversation. Flip the ratio even slightly, and watch how differently the day feels. Creators shape their lives. Consumers rent them. Habit number 4. Replaying old wounds. The betrayal from 3 years ago. The insult from last week. The failure you still rehearse at 2 in the morning. Every time you replay it, you relive it, and your body doesn't know the difference. Seneca observed that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality, and memory is imagination pointed backwards. The event happened once. Your replaying of it has happened 1,000 times. Which means you have become your own tormentor. Marcus Aurelius practiced returning to the present moment, reminding himself that the past is out of his power and only this instant is truly his. So when the old wound surfaces, name it. Say, that is a memory, not a moment. Then put your attention on something you can actually touch, right here, right now. Habit number 5. Needing everyone's approval. You soften your opinion so nobody frowns. You say yes when everything in you says no. You perform a version of yourself designed by committee. And slowly, you disappear. Epictetus was blunt about the cost. He taught that if you want to make progress, you have to accept looking foolish to others, because you cannot serve two masters, your own character and everyone else's opinion. Think about that. Whose approval are you chasing? People who barely think about you, because they're busy chasing approval themselves. The Stoic practice is simple and terrifying. Decide what you believe is right, then act on it, and let the judgment of others land wherever it lands. Their opinions are their property, not yours. Stop paying rent on property you don't own. Habit number 6. Comparing your life to strangers online. You open your phone and within seconds you're measuring your ordinary Tuesday against someone's edited highlight. Their vacation. Their body. Their business. And you feel behind in a race you never entered. The Stoics saw this trap long before screens existed. Seneca warned that no one who envies another can ever be at peace, and Marcus Aurelius reminded himself how little the applause of others is worth, since the people applauding cannot even manage their own lives. Here's the truth comparison hides from you. You are seeing their stage and comparing it to your backstage. The Stoic alternative is to compare yourself to one person only. Who you were yesterday. Did you act with more courage, more discipline, more honesty today? That is the only scoreboard that's real. Habit number 7. Numbing discomfort instantly. Bored for 10 seconds. Grab the phone. Anxious. Snack. Stressed. Pour a drink. You have trained yourself to treat every uncomfortable feeling as an emergency that must be silenced immediately. But discomfort is information, and numbing it is how problems grow in the dark. The Stoics went the opposite direction. Seneca practiced voluntary hardship, setting aside days to eat plain food and wear rough clothes, asking himself, is this what I feared? He was building proof that discomfort is survivable. So here's the practice. When the urge to numb arrives, wait 5 minutes. Just 5. Sit inside the feeling and study it. You'll discover something the Stoics knew well. Discomfort is a wave. If you don't run, it breaks and passes. Habit number 8. Letting anger speak first. The sharp reply. The slammed door. The message fired off in 30 seconds that you regret for 30 days. Anger promises power, but has it ever improved a single situation? Seneca called anger a brief madness, and he wrote that the greatest cure for it is delay, because anger's first demand is always speed. It needs you to act before you think, because if you think, it dies. Marcus Aurelius added a piercing observation. The consequences of anger, he noted, are usually far more damaging than the things that caused it. So build one gap into your life. Between the trigger and your response, breathe once. Just once, deliberately. In that single breath, you stop being anger's messenger and become its judge. Habit number 9. Treating your body carelessly. Sleep sacrificed to screens. Meals chosen by convenience. A body that carries you through every single day, treated like a rental car. Some people think Stoicism is only about the mind, but that's a misreading. Epictetus taught that your body is like a vessel entrusted to you, and Marcus Aurelius valued endurance and simple living. The Stoics knew what we keep forgetting. A tired, poisoned, neglected body drags the mind down with it. Your discipline, your patience, your courage, they all run on the machinery you keep ignoring. The practice here isn't complicated. Sleep like it matters. Move every day. Eat mostly things your great-grandmother would recognize. Treat the vessel with respect, not worship. It is the only one you get. Habit number 10. Waiting for motivation. You're waiting to feel ready. Inspired. Confident. But motivation is weather, and you cannot build a life on weather. The Stoics never asked how do I feel. They asked what does this moment require. Marcus Aurelius wrote about his own struggle to get out of bed on cold mornings, arguing with himself that he was made for work, like the bee is made for honey, and that lying in his warm blankets was refusing his nature. Read that again. The most powerful man alive had to talk himself out of bed. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. So stop negotiating with your feelings. Set the task. Start the timer. Do the work cold. The feeling you were waiting for will show up while you're working. So there they are. 10 quiet destroyers. Not one of them looks dangerous on any single day. That's exactly why they win. You don't notice the drop, only the flood. But here's the good news hidden inside all of this. If small habits can quietly destroy a life, then small habits can quietly rebuild one. The same compounding force works in both directions. You don't need to fix all 10 tomorrow. Pick one. Just one habit from this list, the one that stung the most when you heard it, and attack it for the next 7 days. The Stoics believed your character is simply the sum of your repeated choices. Marcus Aurelius put it plainly. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts, and your life is shaped by the acts you repeat. So choose the next repetition carefully. Your future is not waiting somewhere out there. It's being built right now, quietly, by the very next thing you do.